My name is Bond Udara. I went for an official assignment 2 weeks ago. So on Monday last week, I started having severe cold and allergy. Like I previously do, I will go and take a penicillin injection whenever such happens. But then before this, there's a negative arrow that happens in my family or happened in my family years back in 2023, where I lost my younger sister who was married, where she was giving birth. So it has not been a good experience being the first child, So, but while I have been in the altar, I've summoned this courage of keeping up, whenever the pastor is making pronouncements, I'll be saying circles will not repeat itself, negative, and I have imbibed this attitude of not saying negativity. I don't do it. I don't say things like it will not succeed, I will die, I will not fail. I keep telling people around me that nothing dies around me and nothing will die in me. So when they gave me injection, I noticed that my body started changing, so I asked the nurse to stop. So within the shortest period of time, my breathing, my heart was hitting fast. And my skulls was doing as if it was going to break. Just that sound you get when an aeroplane wants to take off. So I discovered that it wasn't going to be funny that man was going, but I refused to go. I noticed something. Your body could be weak, but your spirit is powerful. So I stood up. I started making all those proclamations that the pastor will make in the altar. I will not die. I am a living testimony. I will be a testament that God cannot fail. I will be a testament that God cannot fail. The God of Pastor Jerry has never failed. God, people are surrounded here. People are watching. You cannot be mocked. So there was an old woman. I think she's an NSPPDian because I saw the bag on her. That woman was making a pronouncement. People were watching. I said, God, you cannot allow man to take your glory. You must not allow anything to happen to me, otherwise they will say there is no God. I kept saying it. I kept shouting. I was getting weak, but my spirit was getting aggressive. I was getting more aggressive. I stood up. I refused to sit down again. I said I will not die. I will be a living testimony. I will come to this altar and testify that God cannot be mocked. So while I was saying this thing, my body was so weak. The last statement that came out from my mouth because my eyes were blurred. My heart is about like it was going to knock off. I told that woman, nothing will happen to me. I am a living testimony. You will know today that God cannot be mocked. Immediately I made that statement, my mouth got loosed. My heart stopped beating. My head, the pressure stopped immediately. I stood up. People now started shouting, the guy is alive for his regain. I said, yes, I'm alive. God cannot be mocked. I belong to the fire altar. The God of my pastor cannot be mocked. I said, the God I worship cannot be mocked. The God we serve cannot be mocked. And God cannot be mocked. So when I regain energy, I asked them to take me to hospital. So when I get there, I told the doctor asked me what happened. I narrated to him. The doctor said, truly, your God is alive. That injection was supposed to be given in your buttocks, not in the hand. That was what caused the pressure. Then, the doctor said, you are a survivor. I said, yes, I'm a survivor because I belong to the fire altar. So I asked the doctor, please check me if there are other vitals that they know. He said, is your BP slightly, your blood sugar went, but you are getting better, you'll be fine. So I said, when am I living here? Because I discovered I was getting myself. Like, brethren, this thing I'm saying like this, like hundreds of people gathered. On the express, people stopped. I was battling with life, but I refused to give up. Man, don't give up. Man is a living spirit. Don't go and die like a chicken. I refuse to die. So, and God made a name for himself. So immediately I felt better. I left. So yesterday I told my colleagues, you people should get a flight. I want to come back. They said I should do the testimony in a video. So that by then I said, nothing is, if I didn't die that day, I will not die again. So I'm coming to the altar of fire. So I decided to come by myself to tell people that God cannot be mocked.